LUNC has increased by more than 171% over the past week due to rumors that a 1.2% burn tax will be imposed on all transactions. With the help from the community, LUNC/USD is seeking to reclaim its importance. But are the most recent initiatives to restart the failed project an elaborate pump and dump? Today, we will be talking about some urgent information Terra Luna Classic investors need to know. Welcome to our channel. Please click the notification button to get more quality content from us. Without further ado, let's dive into it. What is Luna 2.0? Immediately following the UST stablecoin crash in May, a lot of people through Terra was doomed. In a new proposal by Quan, the Terra blockchain suffers a hard fork, resulting in the release of Terra 2.0 and the renaming of the existing Luna tokens as Luna Classic. The fork proposal by Quan was approved by a 65.5% majority. Quan's snapshot for Terra 2.0 outlines the chain upgrade process and specifies that the algorithmic stablecoin will not be used to produce the new Terra. Technical information on integration, dApp migration, and a guide for renaming the original Terra chain as Terra Classic have all been made available by the Terra Builders Alliance. While the original Cosmos chain will continue to function, the old token has been renamed to Luna Classic or LUNC, and the ability to mint or burn coins has been removed. On May 28th, a new blockchain was introduced. The success of Terra's rebranding and launch will determine the company's destiny. The team is on the road to recovery thanks to the community's support for Terra's fork. Numerous well-known Terra Classic projects including Astroport, Nebula, Prism, Random Earth, and others will migrate to the new Terra. However, attempts to resurrect the original blockchains have made modest progress since Terra's unfortunate fall. Burning 1.2% of all tokens traded also received community support in June. However, there were no specifics on how the proposal may be put into practice. The native coin Terra Classic or LUNC carried on trading throughout. Given its limited degree of liquidity, volatility was high, but not entirely unexpected. There were just a few active developers in the Terra Classic ecosystem, but that was enough to spark rumors. Hope for the LUNC to one day trade at a single penny, or, for the more ambitious or foolish, $1. As is frequently the case with cryptocurrency tokens that trade at a fraction of a cent began to take hold. A move like that would increase LUNC's market capitalization to trillions of dollars. But even its biggest shills would not admit that. The chairman of the Netherlands registered cryptocurrency exchange Big One Exchange, Andy Leon, stated that the Terra community is still robust, but he is unsure of how long that would last. They are open to changing things on their own. To help lower the supply, some of them even go so far as to mail their wallets to the burn address. This level of dedication is evident in practice, he said in a note to Capital.com. However, given the fundamental problem have not been tackled, such as community initiatives are short-lived and transient, they must make it apparent how the money was handled and who participated in the process and still does. Leon believes that for Terra Luna's fork to succeed, it requires trust and transparency, which would guarantee a positive attitude and quick growth. A lot of folks on the market are only concerned with the cost. In actuality, stabilizing the projects in their current ecosystem and allowing them to migrate their dApps and apps to the new blockchain so that they do not experience any downtime is the more immediate thing to do, Leon continued. Today, a recent suggestion from a member of Terra community, Edward Kim, has rekindled interest in the Terra Classic. The plan put forth by Kim outlines a practical way to enact the 1.2% burn tax on all chain transactions. He outlines the potential benefits and drawbacks of such an update in his post on the Terra Classic forums and encourages comments from the other community members. As a result, LUNC has reached a fresh local high and is trading at its highest level since the May crash. The idea of burning tokens is simple to understand. People will be more inclined to spend more money when there is a decrease in the supply of something while there is no change in demand. The fact that many of most well-known and widely used crypto projects include a burn function in their tokenomics is not a coincidence. To the delight of the holders, Shiba Inu's developers frequently burn portions of the token supply, and Binance's BNB likewise performs token burns every quarter. Burning tokens, however, frequently have minimal effects on actual supply and demand measures. In the instance of BNB, the majority of tokens destroyed come from a reserve the exchange has kept since its inception. When Binance boasts that it has burned BNB worth millions of dollars, even though the coins were never used, it makes for a catchy headline. Therefore, it is not unexpected that past occurrences of this nature have no effects on the price of BNB. But token burning produces a compelling narrative that even the most inexperienced crypto investor can grasp and support. It doesn't matter whether the burn mechanic will sharply reduce a supply of tokens and drive up the prices. When a token burn is sufficiently hyped, the prices will frequently increase as a result of individuals purchasing in an anticipation of a perceived decrease in supply. For Luna Classic, the proposed token burn tax will probably only serve to make a compelling story to entice gullible investors. On controlled exchanges like Gate.io, KuCoin, and Binance, the majority of LUNC trade takes place off-chain. Thus, only a very small portion of LUNC would be destroyed even if the Terra Classic community were to successfully impose a 1.2% burn tax on the transactions. Although many LUNC community members have asked exchanges like Binance to enact their burn tax, it doesn't appear that any would. It's also important to note that the wealthy holders and validators have been benefiting from Terra Classic's exorbitant staking incentives since its reinstated staking earlier this year. Since the chain's collapse, fewer users have bothered to delegate their LUNC to validators, so rewards are distributed among them more evenly, resulting in an average annualized return of almost 37%. These early stakers have fully loaded bags ready to be dumped on new investors who believe that imminent token burns from Luna Classic would reduce the supply and drive the prices up to $1. At the end of the day, Luna Classic has very little intrinsic worth, not even at fractions of a cent. Serious developers have no motive to begin construction on the chain, and those already committed appear to treat it more like a hobby than a worthwhile investment. LUNC can still experience another parabola, but it also has the potential to crash if the people driving up its prices decide to leave. The gamblers out there should heed the warning not to be found carrying the bag after the music stops. And it'll stop. But what exactly do burning and taxing Luna Classic transaction hope to achieve? How will the community be able to enforce the tax on centralized exchanges? These are just a few questions the Terra Classic community needs to address in the lead-up to an event that could spark significant volatility. It is quite difficult to predict the future direction of the new Luna coin because it is still in its very early stages. At the beginning of May, an algorithm-based forecasting tool called Price Prediction predicted that the new coin would average $14.62 by 2022. $43.56 in 2025, and $293.19 by 2030. These forecasts, however, are based on algorithm and do not take the present situation into account. Depending on how the resurrection plan goes, a rebranding effort to save the cryptocurrency and win back the community's trust will be made. Keep in mind that price forecast can be inaccurate and shouldn't be utilized in place of your research. You should always perform your research. Considering how volatile cryptocurrencies are, you should never trade or invest money you cannot afford to lose. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you in our next video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button. Goodbye!